Hi guys, so welcome back to our new GMD Datatable tutorial. Today we will be discussing about the page structure using the Material Pager. You can easily turn your data table into page data table, which is good for large and finite data sets. So as you can see here, you have this a simple list data table, and then here on the footer, this is the data pager we're talking about. So right here you can navigate to page 1, 2, 3, and so on, and you have also the rows per page, so you can define how many rows you want to display on each of the pages. And then you have also here the previous and next navigation, and it indicates the starting um, index and also the last index of each displayed rows, and also the total number of rows, which is right here, it's 52. And okay, so let's set it up. So right here I have here the previous code, so I want you to check the previous tutorial, which is the categorized data table. And right here the only change that we've been made is we need to two changes. So we remove these use categories, and we remove also the what you call this, the custom renderer part of the category. Oh, actually we have three changes, and the next change, the last change was um remember we iterate the products. We create a product that depends on the department. On each of the department we created 10 products, but right now we remove the second level for loop, and instead we're just defining it directly a flat data of 50 products, no more departments. Okay. um, and then right here, okay, so I think we have everything sorted out. So let's define the data pager. So first thing you need to do is on the definition. So you have here material data pager, which accepts the product class, and then also the list data source. Okay. Same thing goes. And then on the constructor, so we need to initialize this. So on the constructor we need to initialize the data source and also the data pager, and it requires two parameters. You can set it later on the data table and the data source, which the data pager needs in order for it to render the data rows. Okay, and then we have also here, maybe I'll just comment this out. Let's discuss that later on. And okay, so um, we have the definition, and next thing it is we need the after we grab the products, so we remove this. Okay, I'll discuss you later on why we remove it. So we remove the standard way of setting the row data. So instead we need the data source in order the data source to add the I mean the products itself, because the data pager will be the one who will force the data source to display how many rows per page. Okay, so it will be displayed instead of the data table to render everything, right? So the data page will improve also the rendering part. I mean, especially the performance. So if you have a large data sets, thousands of data sets, so it will not render all the rows. But if it is just a simple data table, then you can just make use of the how you could this the default way, which is this one. Okay, so let's revert that change, and then let's see how it looks like on the demo. Okay. Okay, so you can see here, so we are on the first page. You can navigate to the second page, to the third page. Okay, and you have also display how many pages you want to display. Okay, and you have also the previous back navigation, so it's just easy. So you have 6 lines of code, or even you can just make this into the into here on the definition. So you will have only four sets, I mean 4 lines of code. Okay, so now let's discuss this set page selection. So there are two types of page selection. So the default one is, I think it was the page integer box. Wait, page number box, right? And then the other one is the page selection, the page list box. So you can define your own if you want to. just implement the what's just implement the uh, page selection. So you can define your own widget for that. But for the requirement, we just have the page list box right here. So you can define uh, a list box structure instead of the text box. So they both have um, advantages and disadvantages. So it depends on your use cases. But some folks want the text box in order for you to, I mean, just type it out or something like that. But on the list box, so it's the same thing. So you can do whatever you want upon choosing which one you prefer. Okay, and then you have also the rows per page right here. Okay, and let's define. Let's check the demo showcase also. What are we needed? Properties. So we have the properties. You have the current page. So you will get the current page. Get the number of pages. You have also the method. I mean, convenient method. So you can call next and previous, and you can also navigate to first page and the last page. And you have here you can disable the number of rows selection. So I think this one. So instead you can just navigate through pages. And you have also here the one that we've talked about, the page selection. So you have the page number box and also the page list box. Okay, and this one, so this one is interesting. So some folks right there have different languages. So you can set the local provider. So what we can just do right here is maybe we can just add a concatenated string, which is fr. So just to make sure that we have the designated locals, we can edit the locals. So right here you have fr, rows per page fr and fr. Okay, so you can define all of those. And what else? Let's check. You can also set the limit by default. So for example, you don't want to display the data pager, but you have the ability to set also the limit. And also you can check if the data is exceeding. And also you have the is next and is previous. You have what else? You can also define how many the limit options. So right here the limit options is this one. So if you want to display a hundreds, 200s, or 1,000, something like that on a single page, then that's configurable. Okay, so I think that's all. So that's all the basic requirement on how you build the data pager. So see you soon on the next videos. Bye.